Good morning out there, everybody. How are you all today? I am on my way back from an Instacart shop. I am hopefully going to be busy today doing that. I need to make some money next week because next week's mortgage payment and it takes up the whole my husband's whole paycheck. So need to make some grocery money next week. So hoping it's going to be busy the next 3 days. Let's see what's going on with me. Today is Wednesday, so it will be Budget Tip Wednesday. I will be bringing that to you in the next clip. I finished up a 24-hour fast. Finishing it up at, about 40 minutes ago with this bulletproof coffee I've been working on. I just grabbed the coffee and ran out of the house. And I'm on my way back home to wait for the next shop. And because it was a close one, it was close to my house, and I love those. And I'm going to scramble up a couple of eggs and make some bacon. Yum. It is freezing cold out here right now. It has been, the lows have been like at 21, 22 degrees, which for us is cold. If you live out in the northern states, then yeah, I know you guys get colder and you drop down below zero, but we tend to freak out here if it gets really cold. We've had snow flurries the last 2 days, so the snowpocalypse has already happened this year. Made the people run to the store for their bread and milk, and romaine noodles, as my friend calls it, romaine noodles. He's funny, but let's see. The fast I have, I can't reach it right now, so I would show you. I got these salt blocks. They're little blocks of salt from Redmond's Real Salt, and my plan was to use that to curb those hunger cravings, and believe me, it worked. So it was easier than I thought, and I think I have not yet decided what I'm going to do. If I'm going to do alternate day intermittent fasting, or if I'm just going to do one 24-hour fast a week. I have not yet decided. I think I'll see how this one plays out. The scale has not moved this actually. Yes, it did. Because I was down to 215.8 this morning, and I peed a lot yesterday. But because it had been up, I think it got up. So only lost up 0.2 pounds. It got up to 216. So we'll see what it plays out tomorrow, because usually the second day is what shows it. But I have not yet decided if I'm going to do an alternate day 16/8 fasting, intermittent fasting, or if I'm going to do one 24-hour fast a week. I think what I'll do for now, for the next couple of weeks anyway, I will do intermittent fasting 16/8 every other day. I think I can manage that. As I will tell you, people coming out with keto treat videos, like Erin does a keto with her clusters. Oh my gosh, they look so good. I had to go buy some unsweetened coconut so I can try to make those. Because she had macadamia nuts in hers and something else I can't remember. It was macadamia nuts, unsweetened coconut flakes. There was another. Oh yeah, sunflower seeds. That's what it was. I need to get some sunflower seeds. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have to go to the store today anyway, because my other dog needs dog food, so I have to go there for myself anyway. But let's see. Today's a new sales week, so I need to go through the sales ads and make my plans for next week. My freezer is emptying out. Most of what's left in there now is stuff like cauliflower rice, and I pretty much emptied out all of the dinner meats, which I did sort of a prep last night. Sorry I did not film it, but it was only because I still had last week when I went on the women's retreat, which was awesome, by the way. They didn't eat what I had prepped, so they had their own thing. They just probably had burgers or something. And then Saturday I planned on sticking one of those in the oven, but I was so tired when I got home, and I had grabbed something to eat. I wasn't hungry. I didn't feel like eating, and I went to bed by 8:30 Saturday night. So it was another Garrett's restaurant for them, so they found that around. I think Sean had already eaten and gone to bed. But Sunday I went to church, and I got home and I didn't eat. We didn't eat lunch until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So at dinner time we weren't hungry, so I didn't fix anything then either. Yesterday we did have, because I had 2 meals left in the freezer, and yesterday we had one of those last night for dinner, which was the garlic chicken that I had made. But I had thawed out some more chicken, which was the last of the chicken thighs that I had, and then I had some steaks. And my husband can't eat steak; he has a hard time with it. So what I did was I cut those up and boiled those, put them in the Instant Pot to start a soup. So all I need to do, it's in the refrigerator. That's what will be for dinner. Not tonight. No, today's Wednesday. So Monday night we had the chicken. Tuesday night we had chicken quesadillas, because I had a bunch of frozen diced chicken in there, and I had tortillas and cheese. So I had put some taco seasoning, my homemade taco seasoning mix, on top of the chicken, and then we had chicken quesadillas. They had chicken quesadillas because I was fasting. Tonight I still have one other chicken meal left in the freezer, but I also have the steak that I cut up into cubes to make like a beef stew with. All I need to do is add the vegetables. And what else did I meal prep? I meal prepped the rest of the chicken thighs. And I just basically baked those. And I'm going to carry them off and make something else with that. Probably a chicken casserole that I made, like I made before. This time it will have cauliflower rice in it. Since I have so much cauliflower rice in the freezer, I need to cook that up. I also have some frozen vegetables in there, and that's what will go in the Instant Pot. So when I'm ready to cook that meal, which will be tomorrow night. So this week is going to be, it's going to be a little bit off. We're going to be, all meal prepped meals, but it's what I have left over from last week. But it's the 2 meals that I prepped last night. So did I prep 2 meals last night? Yes, I did prep 2 meals last night, because I used all of the tip roast and the steak in the beef stew, and then cooked one of those chickens. So I only prepped 2 meals last night. So we're going to have the chicken tonight, the beef stew tomorrow night, which is Thursday, and then Friday it's going to be an off day. I don't know what I'm going to be having. I've got stuff in the freezer, either a hamburger or something. It is my husband's birthday, and he requested Marie Callender's chicken pot pie for his birthday, and he can go off plan for his birthday, although he's really more low carb than keto. Lower carb. He's been eating a lot of bread lately. Let's see. Although I try to get him the lower carb breads when I can. So that's our plan for this week. And I'm already getting into 8, almost 9 minutes on this video. So I'm going to stop this clip because I'm almost home. I'm going to make some eggs. Get the budget tip prepped and ready for today. And yeah, that's what I got. See you later. Okay, out there, keto community. Can't tell if this is going. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. So yeah, this is going. It's not a word. Let's not go with the word. So, budget tip for the day. Generic. Buy generic brands whenever you can. Most of the time, you will find that the generic brands are just as good as the name brand items. So, but make sure you compare. Say, for example, you want to buy. I buy diced green chilies all the time for my, taco soup and such like that. So I'll pick up the name brand and pick up the generic brand. Compare them, label for label. They should be exactly identical. Most of the time, you will find that this generic brands taste as good, if not even better sometimes, than the actual name brands. And often it is much cheaper. Most of the time, they're actually, a lot of these products are actually made even in the same manufacturing plant. They're just slapped a generic label on it versus a name brand label. Just make sure you read the ingredients to be sure that you're getting exactly what you want. Now, for example, Kroger's brand. I shop at Kroger's all the time. Walmart brand, I shop at Walmart a lot. And I like both of those brands. They are comparable to the name brand items. Whether it be canned goods, whether it be my low-carb tortillas. I will say that my son doesn't care for the low-carb tortillas that are Kroger brand, but he likes the name brand. I don't care. I think they both taste the same. Food City brand. That's another store that is local around here that I often buy generics. There is one store around here. It is our Ingalls Market that is pretty much in the lower southeast area here. There's not a whole lot of them in the United States. There's, like I said, they're only concentrated down here. They have a brand called Laura Lynn brand. I don't care for the Laura Lynn brands. I do find that there is a difference in the taste between that generic brand and the name brand. But most items you will find a generic brand for. So that is my budget tip for the week, is shop generic. It's just as good, if not better, than the name brands. So let's finish it off. Finish off this this clip. First off, I think I want to say hi to Dexter. Can you see him in the background? He's messed up my blanket on my couch, but he just got finished exercising. So, hi, Dexter. Yep, he's like, I'm done. So, I'm done for the day. Sorry about the glare and on this side. Yes, sorry about the glare over here. But yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about in the previous clips. I have readjusted my macros, and based off of Perfect Keto's macro calculator, I was looking at Joni's Facebook page, and she was talking about how she uses her most recent video. She was talking about how to calculate your macros. However, I've had gastric bypass, so I need to concentrate and focus more on protein, a higher protein than the normal regular keto diet. So I readjusted my macros to where it's 20 grams of net carbs, obviously, 69 grams of fat, and 110 grams of proteins for me. I'm going to see if that works, and we'll try it for the next month and see if that actually works. However, I have gone over all those macros today except for the carbs. I have 8 grams of net carbs left, but so far today, after dinner, because I went ahead and added in my dinner, I'm at 116 grams of protein and 83 grams of fat. That's not that much over, but out of the 1,501 net calories that I'm supposed to be at, I still am under at 1,313 net calories. So, but that's I don't know if you can see that or not. So far what I have done. My scale this morning was at 115.8, so it has not, actually it did move because I think it was 216. I didn't write, yeah. It was at 215.8 on the 20th. It was at 216.2 on the 21st, and then the 22nd is back down to 215.8. So, we'll see if my fasting worked. I will be intermittent fasting tonight because I have exceeded all of my macros. So, I will not be eating anything after 6 o'clock tonight. So, today will be an intermittent fast day. And then tomorrow I'm going to start being much more careful about keeping track of what I'm eating and not just going, all out. Because I've had a Quest bar today, and then I tried that, I can't remember the name of the bar, but it was something I got at Vitamin Shop. Erin does the keto, also had gone to Vitamin Shop. She got the same bar. Didn't care for it that much. It was kind of like, sort of like the consistency of a Quest bar, sort of. It tasted okay. It just didn't have much taste to it, but there were macadamia nuts in it. I could definitely tell that macadamia nuts in it. That part was good. And I had one of their, they had these itty bitty Nature's Fuel fat bombs, which were one net carb for that, and I did have one of those. So I kind of snacked out, and then I had some of these. Now the protein in that doesn't count, so actually in that protein, let me see what it was. You can subtract 8 from that protein because I've had a serving of these, and that's 8 grams of protein. These are quite delicious. I picked these up at Whole Foods, and they had 2 of them. I tried that. They had a chili or a lime one. No, it was a dill. Sorry, it was a dill pickle one, and I didn't care for that one that much. It just didn't taste right to me. But let's see. Yeah, take that 116 grams of protein and then subtract the 8 that I had, so that would be 108 grams of protein. So I'm actually 2 grams of protein under, but that's okay because I'm still over the fat. So we're going to try these macros for a month and see how that works out and see if I can start to lose weight, along with the intermittent fasting that I'm going to be doing. I've decided at this point for the next month, I'm going to be intermittent fasting. Some coffee. I'm having some coffee. Okay, so we're having beef stew for dinner tonight. I took some of those, I told you about, I took those steak tips, those steaks, and cut them up into tips, and then I had a tip roast that I had thawed out. It wasn't big enough, it was only about that big. It wasn't big enough for 3 people, just big enough for 1, but I cut that up too and put that in the beef stew. I also added in carrots, onions, and turnips. The guys will be eating that part of it. I will not. I'm just going to be having the steak tips out of it. So that's what is in my macros right now. Because I don't eat. I like turnips, but they're kind of like potatoes to me, so I don't want to eat those. And I don't eat carrots because they're too carbish for me. So something. Oh yes, tomorrow I will be doing my shopping. We did not get the paycheck early. Getting it on Wednesday night is getting it early. Normally payday is tomorrow. However, my husband is the one that does their accounting, so he's the one that cuts the checks and has the boss sign them. He didn't do that because he had to leave early, which is perfectly fine. I don't urgently have to have the check not to put in the bank account. So tomorrow I'll be picking up the paycheck, going to the bank and putting it in. I will be doing some shopping tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing something a little different when it comes to the shopping. Many people, I'm just going to briefly touch on this. Many people have a lower budget with, especially when it comes to keto, especially if their family members are not doing keto with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a certain amount. I have not decided if it's going to be $25 or $50 yet. And I'm going to shop for one person for keto and show you that you can do this on a budget, even if you have family members that don't eat keto. Because right now, my husband and son do not eat keto. They do not eat much sugar, if at all. They do eat bread. I don't buy potatoes, so they don't have those. I do buy them some bread, and it's usually the whole grain, like Dave's Killer bread, because he loves that, and bagels. But they are lower carb, and right now my husband is maintaining his weight. My son is still maintaining his weight. However, my husband still needs to lose. My son doesn't need to lose anymore, but my husband does need to. So I'm just waiting till he gets to the point of what's it going to take. So anyway, that's what my focus is going to be on the budget haul, on the grocery haul this week. Is going to be showing you how you can do on a smaller budget, shop for one person for keto, and you can still do keto even if your family members don't and you're shopping regularly for them. Obviously, if you're shopping for the family, you're shopping for yourself too. But I'm going to show you how you can take a certain portion of that budget, whatever budget it is. If it's $100, you can take $25. If it's $200, you can take $50. But I want to show you how you can shop and buy meals for yourself for the entire week. That includes lunches and breakfast. And how you can shop for yourself on a budget and still do keto, even if your family members don't. Okay? But anyway, that's all I have for this video. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you in the next video. Toodles.